Record for me. So this is an 8-week series, and during this 8-week series, we're going to cover a variety of topics that all are impacting women's health and hormones in particular. Foundationally, nutrition and lifestyle is always going to be our key piece. And the thing about nutrition and lifestyle is it's unique to every body, because every single body is completely different. Some people thrive in a vegan lifestyle. Some people thrive vegetarian. Some people love meat and thrive with having meat as part of their diet. And so, some people thrive on HIIT workouts while others yoga. So, there is such a variety in what our bodies need, and everyone is so different. And so with that being said, the things that we're going to talk about over the next 8 weeks are good, healthy habits, good non-toxic swaps, good products that can be incorporated into your daily routine, and definitely things that I would highly recommend. At the conclusion of our next 25-ish minutes together, we will have a Q&A session that won't be recorded. So when we wrap up and close the recording, if anyone has specific questions or specific needs that are tailored just for you that have to do with our topic for tonight, definitely hang out for a little bit and we can, dive further into that as well. Okay, so first up, let's use the chat. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being no unwanted symptoms, 10 out of control symptoms, use the chat to kind of share what's your monthly cycle like, or if you're peri or post menopause, how are those symptoms? So, and rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. So we got 7, 7, 6, 5. And if you're on your phone, you just swipe to the side and then you're able to see the messaging. Anyone else? Out of 5. Okay, the next one, are there areas of hormone balance that are difficult for you? So type in the ones that, we feel like, because this will be things that we'll definitely talk a little bit more about tonight. So anything that you guys want to specifically put in here, we can circle back to. So thyroid, infertility, adrenals. We'll definitely hit adrenals and thyroid this week. Metabolic will come in future weeks. So we'll definitely dive into our metabolism and how that functions and how it's all connected. Losing weight, sleep, type 2 diabetes, okay? Yep. All hormones, right? And one of the things too that I love about this type of thing is you're not alone. Like, this is very common. And unfortunately, it's not normal, right? We go to doctors and doctors don't really know what to do with us. And I know everyone's journey is different, but a lot of times there's no answer. And we're trying to figure out and navigate what is going on and why do I feel this way? And, why are my hormones out of whack? So yeah, lots of fatigue, losing weight, trouble sleeping, mood swings, definitely. Okay, so let's talk about the endocrine system. It's very, very complicated, right? This is a very high level approach. And we've got all these glands that send hormones through these organs via our circulatory system. So this is a very high level, non-medical. I am not a trained doctor or physician in any way. But what I do want everyone to be aware of is essential oils cross your blood-brain barrier and get into your circulatory system, which is why they work so well with the endocrine system, because they process the same way in our bodies as our hormones do. So when you consume essential oils or put them topically on your body, they're circulating in your blood. So it's very powerful. And in a future week, I will actually show you underneath a microscope what that looks like in your body and how those cells shift when they're exposed to essential oils. So it's pretty awesome. Okay, so what impacts our hormones? You can unmute, yell out, well, maybe not yell, but what impacts our hormones? What are all of the contributors? What do you guys? Stress. Yes. What else?
Would certain foods impact your hormones too?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Our diet. We get a lot of hormones from sources of proteins, actually. Most meat out there has a lot of hormones that we're consuming.
And I think exercise would probably impact our hormones too.
Yes. And in a positive way, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Studies
Yeah.
have shown that excess estrogen, when you exercise, you decrease that excess estrogen level. Yeah. Anything else?
What if you're postmenopausal and you don't have a lot of estrogen? You don't want to decrease it. What
Right.
little you have left.
Right. It's true. The beauty is our bodies are trying to create homeostasis. And so that is a beauty. So it doesn't mean we shouldn't exercise, but the exercise likely will look different post-menopause than it is during, early phases of premenopause or before you hit menopause. Yeah. That's that bioindividuality for sure. Anything else?
I would think like our sleeping patterns, things in our environment,
Yes.
like our hormones.
And environment. I actually did a little mini live today in my public education group on the impact of plastics even. You've got a lot of endocrine disruptors that mimic estrogen in your body. And kind of like what you were saying on how your estrogen decreases, what happens as we age though, is we have a lot of synthetic estrogen or estrogen mimickers that we're exposed to from our environments or from plastics. Even plastic packaging around clothing, all of that we're absorbing. And then our body can't decipher between real estrogen that's created versus these synthetic estrogens that are around us. So we'll definitely be diving into a lot of that. Cleaning products and beauty products. Who is iPhone? If you'll type your name out, you don't have to come on the camera if you don't want to. Definitely. Awesome. Leanna?
I think that's me. It's Jackie. I'll type it in, but I'm making food, so I don't want to distract anybody.
Oh, Jackie,
but I'm listening.
I see you. Hey, Jackie, I see you actually. It has your name pop up, but I have someone else that's saying their iPhone.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay, so over the next 8 weeks, these are all the things we're going to talk about because all of these things impact and we hit most of them, right? Our body and skincare products, stress, emotions, phases of menopause. Christine, you definitely hit that. Metabolism, inflammation in our body and our ability to decrease that inflammation. Environment, I think I said all of them. All of those impact our hormones. So what can we do about it? Unmute again. What are things we do?
You mean what can we do about changing all? Oh, okay. Well, oils help.
Definitely.
That's why we're here, to figure it out.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
Oils, nutrition, thinking like smart choices in all these areas, right? So we'll keep diving in. Okay, before we move on, I do want to show you these 4 pillars of metabolic health. We're going to see, because one of the common things that definitely, yes, vitamins, get rid of toxins in our environment and food, definitely, Leanna. But what came up over and over is difficulty losing weight. This is a common thing with our hormones. We want to hold on to this weight because our bodies, it's confused, right? When our hormones are out of whack. So 4 pillars would be healthy eating, daily movement, stress management, and smart supplements. What is very true with supplementation is that not everything is created equal. So good brands out there, you really have to be careful, have to make sure that they are scientifically backed and studied. Typically, when you go to any grocery store, the supplements that are on those shelves are not quality and your body is not absorbing that. So we'll talk about that a little bit here in a minute. But every day's tricky, right? Life just weighs us down. And I liked the graph on the right because, or the visual on the right, because you do all these things, but life still gets in the way, right? So that's one thing we are going to talk about here. So first, one of the things is those quality supplements. Anyone here familiar that has been familiar with doTERRA? Is anyone familiar with the Lifelong Vitality Pack?
I'm familiar with it. I don't do it yet, but I am familiar with it. Right now I'm doing the bone
Yeah.
vitamins with
Okay.
doTERRA.
Yeah, bone nutrient.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else?
I take it.
You take it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anything you want to add to that?
I love it. It's been really good, actually. Like, I've noticed differences in just, I have a lot of inflammation. And one of the things that I've noticed has been like my joints, my wrists and my ankles, are not as just like tight feeling, I guess you could say. I can notice the difference when I take it versus when I don't.
Yeah. And I think that's a common thing. So what is the Lifelong Vitality? I personally have taken it for 6.5 years. And I notice when I don't take it. So what sets it apart from just typical vitamins out there in the market? First of all, you've got on the far right, you have Microplex VMZ. That is a food nutrient based complex. But what's unique about it is it's whole foods in each capsule, which makes your body absorb it. It becomes bioavailable in your body. XE omegas are your omegas. So fish based. We do have a vegan version too that's all plant-based and doesn't have fish. And then alpha CRS actually is the I don't know how to describe it, but it's the key to these 3 in combination. So the alpha CRS is a cellular vitality complex. So what it does is it helps your cells at a cellular level fight oxidative stress, compromise cells. It promotes cell die-off. So if there are these cells that are compromised, it like helps them die, helps them go away so that your body has more cells to, rejuvenate. Now, what does this have to do with hormones? These 3 in combination together work synergistically. Your body absorbs them and it helps balance out your hormone levels because you're getting proper nutrients that is lacking from our American diet. And it also supports the energy levels and works with your adrenals and your filtering organs to help filter out excess hormones in your body. So it's a powerful piece to, a healthy balance with hormones. So I want to give you a little more information on this. When you look at the the price of the Lifelong Vitality versus what's in it, and there's no way that you're going to eat 1,000 eggs in a day, right? Well, not in a day, over 30 days, because this is based on 30 days. You're not going to eat 60 oysters and get that much zinc in your natural diet. And that is the beauty of these supplements, is not only your body's absorbing them, but you're getting powerful antioxidants, powerful support, and nutrients that your body knows what to do with and recognizes. So I want to share this little testimony. I have an extremely skeptical customer. She and her husband only used the Lifelong Vitality Pack for the last year. Her husband got a stomach bug and was so sick and accepted one of the new peppermint soft gels, which are different for another day. But within a couple hours, he was up and able to eat without nausea. today he got lab results and was amazed, and that amazed them. Their only change in the last year was to LLV, and his cholesterol dropped from 230 to 170. They're waiting for her next lab results to totally give credit to LLV, but are convinced enough to tell me. And that is one thing that I've actually seen on repeat from multiple people in my team is blood labs have improved when incorporating LLV, primarily in those cholesterol levels. So anyone with high cholesterol, I would highly recommend looking at supplements and what you can do to supplement and give your body the proper nutrients to decrease those levels. And LLV is one of the key factors here. These right here are my own fingernails. And it's been a while since I took this picture, but when I first started taking LLV regularly, this is the results that I constantly am getting: stronger, healthier nails. And so to me, that's like how you know things are working, is when your natural nails are so strong, they're not brittle, they're not, cracking and flaking. Your body is getting enough nutrients. And that's a visible sign that you see. Okay, so next up, liver. Why is our liver so important in our overall health? Anyone know?
Because it filters everything that we, everything.
Yep. It filters everything, but if it is so clogged up and it can't filter, where does everything go? Anyone know?
Does it go in your bile? I
Mm,
mean, your stomach,
like your stomach.
yeah.
Mhm.
I thought someone had mentioned that before, something about I might be saying it wrong, but the bile tract or something.
So potentially like fats, yes, but your
Oh,
hormones, if they're not being filtered through your liver, your hormones stay in your bloodstream and they circulate throughout your circulatory system. So then you have excess hormones that have nowhere to go. And that is the problem that a lot of us women have, is that we have, exposure in environment, exposure in food, and we don't have a way to clear it out of our bodies. And so it's an overproduction in many ways of unhealthy, too much hormone. So that is where supporting and caring for our liver is so important. We do not have a specific time to dive into all of these products, but that is where afterwards I can definitely help. Or in our Q&A section, we can dive a little bit more into it. But Zendocrine would be my number one thing for healthy liver function. I have had members on my team reverse fatty liver. I have had a lot of benefits from incorporating this Zendocrine. There is a 2-part system, and on the next slide, you'll see the differences between both of them, but they're all plant-based, detoxifying, very natural. The key when you're doing anything to detox your body is to increase your fluids, and in healthy fluids, so like water, decrease caffeine intake, because it's counterproductive to what you're trying to do to cleanse out, and it's dehydrating you at the same time you're trying to hydrate to cleanse and purify what's going on in your body. Second tip for liver support is lemon oil daily in your water. And a friendly reminder, any doTERRA product that has a supplement label on the side of the oil bottle, you can take internally, but only consume in a stainless cup or glass. Any plastics, the oils will wear away, and you'll be drinking plastic. So don't do that. But this is a great way to gently detox your system, is incorporate some essential oils that help to, clear out your liver. Slim and Sassy is a metabolic blend that also is really effective. It's got cinnamon and other oils that help to combat sugar cravings also. So it's very effective for cleansing, but then also helping with any sort of sweet tooth or craving that you might have. So Zendocrine right here, you can see the 2 on the right are really the same thing. It's just different applications. So if you have the oil and then you just have the Zendocrine white bottle right here, you can have the same results. You could take the Zendocrine in water, etc. It's just in a capsule form just for convenience. But that, if you want to take a screenshot, you're more than welcome to like take a screenshot and picture of this to see the differences of them all. But I do want to share, like, this testimonial right here is pretty awesome because multiple people, you see your skin clear up, you see energy levels improve, even like any sort of sign like bumps on the back of the arm that are very common for candida or gluten intolerances. A lot of those clear up by using Zendocrine because you're detoxifying and you're clearing out your system. So pretty awesome. Okay, adrenals. Adrenals are also another important piece here. Magnolia is known for adrenal support. So it comes in a touch roller, which supports that adrenal function. So if you feel constantly like you're tired, this is a great one to apply, and it smells really nice. So you can wear it as a perfume and just apply regularly to your adrenals. Mito 2 Max is another one. If you already have adrenal fatigue, this is one that you want to take to support adrenals and reverse that. So it really is an energy and stamina complex, but there's no caffeine in it. So there's no upper or stimulant that you feel like you have to have another one or another one. It really, if you have adrenal fatigue, it's really beneficial to take this when you're going to bed because it might make you sleepy until your adrenals heal enough that this is supporting energy. It's very interesting the way it works, but it's a great blend. It's got like CoQ10, it's got a bunch of things to support circulation, quercetin, a bunch of adaptogens as well. So there's ashwagandha and other things in there for healing. And then pancreas is another organ that's integral to filtering and supporting our hormone balance. Slim and Sassy is a metabolic blend that it's very similar. It just comes in this capsule form, but it's exactly this oil. So if you had oil and you prefer to roll it on your feet or roll it on your filtering organs or put it in your water, you could do that, or you can do it in capsule form, which is awesome. But it's got grapefruit, lemon, peppermint, ginger, and cinnamon to support filtering of organs, blood sugar, releasing excess water that we have. And a lot of times, and it just helps get rid of all of the excess sugar in our body that creates over time insulin resistance. So anything that's high in the glycemic index. And so this helps combat that when taken with meals, when taken after meals, or throughout the day to curb those sugar cravings too. And then for thyroid support, this is a great combination of oils. You've got cassia, myrrh, lemongrass, frankincense, and peppermint, and you put 10 of them, 10 drops of each into a roller and apply over your thyroid regularly. Thyroid, it's really not a life sentence. And I've known many people that have reversed concerns with their thyroids, but the biggest factor is nutrition, stress level, hydration, and supporting with essential oils as well. And so it's a multi-pronged approach, incorporating some movement of some kind, but it's multi-pronged approach to support thyroid health. Now, if you already have a thyroid diagnosis, in no way am I saying like stop taking medications or doing what you need to be doing as far as that, or if you've had your thyroid removed, anything along those lines. This can be used in conjunction with other things, but definitely refer to your team of doctors and get multiple opinions on what's the best way and the best approach to heal and to think preventatively. And then breast detox. So this is something that I like to do about twice a year. I have a roller made up that has these 3 oils in it. And what it's really good for is just detoxifying those lymph nodes and glands around our breasts. So if you have a concern of breast cancer in your family or any type of cancer, or you have high estrogen levels, definitely recommend this, because this can support any of the things that are going on in your lymph nodes around your breast. Okay, to wrap up, the last few are really focused on people that are in this call that are still having their regular cycle, or seeking to become pregnant and fertility. So reproductive system, of course, is a huge piece to our emotional, physical health and that endocrine system. But the nutrition and hydration directly impact all of these hormones in here. So for cramps, hormone balance, hot flashes, mood swings, Clary Calm is really effective. Even if you're going through menopause and you're getting those hot flashes, this is very effective, the Clary Calm. You can apply it around your ankles or you can apply it across your abdomen, but it is very supportive. I personally love it for heavy periods. I notice if I don't use Clary Calm during my cycle, it makes a huge difference on how long my cycle is and how heavy it is. So very supportive right across your uterus area. And then here's a really good testimonial. I was diagnosed with endometriosis when I was 16, causing to have serious period pains and symptoms that only got worse over the years. It was to the point I would be taking 6 to 8 Tylenol a day and glued to a heating pad, and still nothing would take away pain. At one point, my doctor told me there's nothing that she could prescribe me that would help other than Vicodin. Once I was introduced to Clary Calm oil, it changed my life. And now I only use the oil when I'm experiencing cramping and pain, and it takes it away completely. I didn't think I'd ever be pain-free when it came to periods until doTERRA. So pretty amazing results. And I have heard this across the board, even with myself. If you have any sort of discomfort or pain, these are very effective with helping to create the balance in there with your hormones so you don't have that pain. And then the last one that we're going to talk about tonight is Rose, actually not the last, second to last. And this is really good for balance, libido, any menstrual discomfort or regular hormone balance. Apply it over the heart. Highly recommend it for everyone in every phase of menopause, because this one has all of the things. I mean, libido goes down when you're at different phases of menopause. Your emotions go up and down based on what's going on with your hormones. And so this is really an effective one that everyone benefits from, for this specifically with women's health. Okay, to wrap up, earlier someone mentioned sleep and how sleep was a vital piece. Yes, sleep is a big contributor to having hormonal balance. Our pineal gland in our body is really what regulates our circadian rhythms. And so there are several things that doTERRA offers, which we'll talk about in another week. We're going to talk about emotional health and rest. And Serenity and Copaiba would be the top oils that I would recommend to start with, because if you're not sleeping well, your body, it doesn't have enough time to create this homeostasis that it wants to create and really balance out the hormones that are going on in your body. And so finding a way to get better sleep is definitely critical. And then I want to show you a visual of our pituitary gland, because this is kind of, I mean, it's a little high level, but I want to show just how all of these hormones are so directly connected. Right here in the middle is where the pituitary is. And you can see that this pituitary gland is really that master gland that secretes all of these different hormones into all the different organs around our body. And so it's critical for our bodies. And they're also closely connected, right? So if you have thyroid concerns, you likely have adrenal concerns. There might be other sort of, concerns that are connected, kidneys or liver, just because it is so intertwined and complicated. So this is the recap kind of all the things that we talked about. Feel free to take a screenshot of this. It has just a good visual with some of the top products that I would recommend for endocrine system balance. And we'll definitely dive into more of the topics of things that impact our health and our women's health and hormones over the next few weeks. And I'm going to show you that next. Does everyone have a screenshot if you wanted it? Okay, so this is an example of a wellness box. If you were to get lemon, Zendocrine, capsules, LL Lifelong Vitality, and the Mito 2 Max. You can see right here kind of what that would look like. You would get a free product of the month. You would get free shipping. If you have a doTERRA account and you're doing an order that is primarily focused on women's health and hormones. So I just wanted to show this as an example, because this would be kind of what I would recommend to start with to create some balance and very gentle detox to set you up for success. And then Dr. Maritza Snyder is the author of the Essential Oil Hormone Solution. And it is a very powerful book with lots and lots of scientific research and information on these essential oils. So if you want to like deep dive, because this is a very high level, if you want to deep dive into some of these oils and how they work in our bodies, this is a great resource for you. And you can grab it on Amazon very easily. And then last but not least, is anyone familiar with Symphony of the Cells? Has anyone heard of that term?
Yes.
Okay. So Symphony of the Cells is layering of essential oils to create different results within our body. So this is the protocol for hormonal balance. And what is done is you start at the base of the neck and go down the spine, and then the remainder is, rubbed on the feet. And I would always recommend starting with 1 drop of frankincense and then adding your coconut oil, carrier oil, and then do 1 drop of the rest of them in order, if you want to create that homeostasis and hormone balance in your body. You're welcome to take a screenshot of this, but it's a spinal technique that anyone can do, but you are layering these oils. One word of caution that I always recommend is start small, because you are creating a detox in your body when you're doing this. And a lot of these oils have detoxifying properties. So if you feel tired or lightheaded or anything like that afterwards, just know, hydrate and rest, because it is a very gentle detox. And you will feel better once you get it all cleared out. But that also is a sign that you likely need it again, because you're needing to support and create some homeostasis as well. So it's pretty amazing. There's a lot of different protocols. This is just the hormone balance one. Okay, so thanks for being here tonight. We will wrap up the recording here in a second and then have Q&A. So feel free to stay on. I hope that this was beneficial and effective. I am going to put this, if I can, it's gonna pop up another one. Hold on. I'm going to put this in the chat box. Hopefully this works right here. And if you are on my doTERRA team and you complete all 8 weeks of this, you will receive a prize at the end of it. And this is to track it. If you are not on my team, we would love you to still fill this out as feedback and information, because that is how we get better and how we cover more topics in the coming weeks based on y'all's needs. So definitely click on it, fill it out, and we will see you in a future week. So next week, it will be nutrition and supplements, and we'll dive more into that. Then after Labor Day, there will not be one on Labor Day. It'll be our toxic load and environmental factors that impact hormones. Then the week after that will be empowerment through different phases of menopause. Then after that, it will be focused all on our metabolism, then skincare and body care products, stress and sleep, pain and inflammation. And then anyone that is brand new to oils, will do a bonus one for I have oils, now what do I do with them? That'll be in October. So be sure to mark these on your calendar, and we will see you next week. I'll get the recording off.